Good evening everyone. Welcome back to yet another English class. So we are going to discuss linkers in today's session. So it is very important to know what linkers are before we are getting into that topic. And remember, again, this is one of the important grammar items that you have for your exam. So this particular grammar item, that is linker, that carries 4 marks in the annual examination. So again, this is very simple grammar item. You will be given a paragraph and then there will be options within the bracket and you have to choose the appropriate linker. So that's all you have to do there. That is why I said it is very easy to score 4 marks in linkers and also in note making. So you have to understand this, that's it. To understand or to choose the appropriate linker, we should have the knowledge of the right usage of linkers. So you might have heard of linkers, or you might have high schools, you might have studied this. So now what do you mean linkers? Look at the word itself, linkers or linking. The word itself suggests that linking is bringing 2 ideas together or connecting 2 ideas together. Right? So we can call it connectors, even connectors. Okay, linkers are connectors, or it connects a clause or a sentence or words. Or we can say that it bridges. It brings 2 ideas together. So without these linkers, we cannot compose a good paragraph or anything. Even in our day-to-day conversation, we use so many linkers. But we are not aware of that. Right? Do you use them? Yes, we do. And even when you are speaking Kannada, sometimes we use but. So but is a linker there. So without these words, we cannot write or compose a good paragraph. So in other words, linkers help us to express our ideas and thoughts explicitly. If you want to express your thoughts and ideas explicitly, then these linkers help you. Right? So when we want to, when we speak, when we want to express our thoughts while speaking and while writing, so these linkers are very important. Right? Without these linkers, there will be no meaning for your paragraphs. So this plays conjunctions or connectors, or what we call linkers. These play a very or major role in our English language. So now look at these linking words. So the words that I have written here, on the board, these are linking words. So these words connect the ideas or sentences or clauses in a paragraph. Look at, just read these linkers: but, so, yet, moreover, still, unless, in spite, despite of, and then therefore, though, thus, so that, however, as if, and, because, since, besides, while, and there are so many linkers in English. As I said, but we are not aware of the functions of these linkers. We do not know where to use but and so. Sometimes we use all the linkers simultaneously. So that is not the thing here. So we should know the functions of these linkers first. Now, take any paragraph from any of your chapters. Underline the linkers that you find there in that particular paragraph that you will choose. And then read the paragraph. After underlining the linkers, just read that paragraph. And after reading that, again, read the same paragraph by skipping the linkers. And then identify the difference there. How well you understand the paragraph with linkers and without linkers. So then you will understand the importance of, or you will realize the importance of linkers in given paragraphs. So that is why this is very important to compose a very good paragraph. And when we want to express, as I said, when we want to summarize, when we want to add something, or when we want to give a list of something, or when we want to contrast ideas or information, sequence. So at these time we use linkers. So those are the functions. We'll discuss that later, the function as well as linking words. But now let me give you a paragraph. Let's begin with the paragraph and then we'll discuss the linkers as well as the functions of that linkers. So now, look at this paragraph. Let's read this paragraph. So look at the format here. In the same format, the question will appear even in the examination. So you will be given paragraph like this, and then there will be options within the bracket, and you have to choose the appropriate answer. Now read this paragraph first. That is what you have to do even in the examination, not just picking up one option and then writing here. Don't do that. So you have to understand that, and then you have to add this linkers. Even though this is easiest grammar item, still, as I said, if you don't understand the functions and meaning of the linker, then it becomes very difficult for you to answer the paragraph. So that is why you have to read the paragraph and comprehend it properly. Look at this. Literature is a dream. Our past is nothing, a sequence of dreams. There is no difference between dreaming, remembering the past. Books are the great memory of all centuries. Their function is irreplaceable. Books disappear, surely history would disappear, and surely man would disappear. Did you understand anything? No. Why? Because the linkers are missing there. That is why the ideas are not combined here and ideas are not brought together here. Right. So to connect all these words, sentences, to make it a coherent paragraph with meaning, then the linkers are important here. Linkers must be written here in the blanks. And it gives you meaning when linkers are added here, because it connects the ideas together. So now let's do that. Literature is a dream. Our past is nothing. Dash a sequence. So what is the missing linker here? Just look at the option here. I hope you are able to see this. If, but, therefore, and. So you are given 4 options here, 4 linkers here. So which one is the right linker here? So our past is nothing, dash a sequence. So we cannot write if. Our past is nothing, if a sequence. No, that is wrong. Therefore a sequence? No. And a sequence? No. But here we have to write but. So it is a contrast. When we want to contrast ideas, we use but, yet. It is a contrast. Contrast is two opposing ideas or opposite ideas. So our past is nothing but a sequence, of dreams, sequence of dreams. There is no difference between dreaming dash remembering. So here we cannot write if. Dreaming if remembering, no. But if remembering, no. Therefore remembering, no. So which one would be the right one? Which one would be the right one? And. So dreaming and remembering. So if you're able to understand the paragraph, then you no need to even look at these options. It automatically comes when you read. Right. That is why we should have the habit of reading books. So that will help you, and you will get familiar with the words as well as linkers. So automatically that signals your mind that okay, this is the word that is missing there and it suits there. So you'll understand that. Here again, this is a very simple paragraph. As I said, we'll understand it while reading itself. So between dreaming and remembering the past. So it is addition. So we use and when we add something. So it is addition, 1 and 2. It brings two ideas together and, right, addition. Dreaming and remembering the past. Books are the great memory of all centuries. Full stop. Dash their function is irreplaceable. Addarinda, in Kannada we say Addarinda. So now which is the right linker there? You cannot write if. Only two linkers are remaining here, if and therefore. So we cannot write if. So Addarinda, when we talk about conclusion or when we write the conclusion part, then obviously it takes therefore, right? Therefore. Therefore, their function is irreplaceable. So next, only one is remaining, again that is simple. If books disappear, if in case, so if books disappear, surely history would disappear and surely man would disappear. So as simple as that. So it is very simple, you can understand it while reading itself. So now let's discuss the functions and their linking words. I have written the functions of linkers as well as their linking words. So these are, look at this, addition, time, place, reason, cause, purpose, and even there are many. It is given in your workbook and I am discussing only those linking words since they are important. Okay, and one more thing I would like to say, there are 4 kinds of conjunctions. As I said, I am not going to discuss that in a detailed way since those are not necessary for the examination point of view. So there are 4 kinds of linking words or conjunctions, linkers or conjunction. The first one is coordinators, or we call it coordinating conjunctions, which means which connects the the main ideas there, or which gives or connects the ideas in support of the main idea. So we call it coordinators, like and, so, then, also, something like that. So coordinators, and then we have correlative conjunctions. The name itself suggests that the word itself suggests that correlative, which means they go in pair together. For example, both, either, or, also, and, also, something like that, correlative. And then we have sentence connectors. Sentence connectors, which means it gives meaning. It connects the meaning. Here, coordinators, we can also say that it connects the grammatical units. We can also say that coordinate conjunctions that connect the grammatical units or pattern, and then correlative, which go in pairs, and then sentence connector, which connects the meaning of the sentence, and then the third one is subordinators. Subordinating conjunctions or subordinating, which connects the clauses, subordinate clauses. So these are the main 4 kinds of conjunction. As I said, you need not think much about this since you need not write all these in the examination. So let's look at now the function. So these are the functions and these are linking words. All of us are familiar with these linking words because we use them in day-to-day conversation. Most of the times we read this in the textbook or in lessons. So these are all very familiar. As I said, but most of us do not know the functions of these linking words. Look at this, addition. So what do you mean by addition? Addition is adding, right? It adds the ideas in support of the main idea. We have seen that, right? Remembering and recalling, something like that we just saw in the previous paragraph. So addition is adding. So what are the linking words that we add or that we use to add ideas? That is and. Also, besides. For example, he eats apples as well as oranges. Okay, something like that. So, and also, besides, or Ram and Sham are coming today or arriving today. And then the restaurant is beautiful. The restaurant is beautiful. Furthermore, it's in a great location. Adallade. Okay, furthermore, it's in a great location or most importantly. So, furthermore, the meaning is most importantly, even moreover, most importantly. So, they are all synonyms, right? So, these are all the linking words that we use for addition. So and, also, besides, moreover, in addition to, besides is in addition to, same meaning. Similarly, and then, furthermore, as well as, etc. So these are the linking words. And then time. Look at the next one, time. So this particular linking word, such as when, while, as soon as, before, after, till, until, eventually, as long as, since. So these linking words indicate the time of events, time of the event. So these indicate the time of the event, when, while, as soon as, before, after, till, until, eventually. So eventually he realized his mistake, something like that, right? So when he came in when I was studying, I fell asleep while watching a TV. So usually after while, subject plus helping verb and then main verb, usually the structure, or while plus, I hope you are able to see this. Usually the structure of while is while plus subject plus helping verb and then main verb comes. ing form, okay. So while plus main verb and then ing. While writing, something like that. While driving, okay. So main verb plus ing form. So in that way we use while. And then as soon as, enroll yourselves as soon as. Okay, as soon as possible, before, after. So that indicate time. So I have to get back home before the sunset. Okay, so he arrived the party after everyone had gone home. So time, it indicates time. In that way we use. So wait till I come back, or wait until I get back. So these are the linking words that we use to indicate time. So follow your heart as long as it is right for you. Okay, and then since, you know that no one has come here since you left. So these are the linking words that we use when we talk about time. So this is a homework, take it as a homework. I am just explaining here, but you have to give example for all these linking words that have been written on the board as well as given in your workbook. So that will help you, because as I said, there is no particular rules to learn linkers. How do we learn that? That comes by reading. That comes by reading lots of books. That's the way we can learn it, just like idioms and phrases. Now, the next one is place. So which indicates the place of an event. For example, after, where or wherever. Right. For example, where you have to pay a deposit, be sure to get a receipt, for example. Okay. And then wherever, how do you use that? The celebrities are followed by the press photographers wherever they go. Ellalli hogtaro, ellalli, right, wherever they go. So after, something like that. So which indicates the place, after, where and wherever. And then reason and clause. So what are the linkers that we use to indicate the reason for some event that takes place, or cause? Because, as, that, since. Okay, I stayed back since it was raining cats and dogs. It was raining so heavily, so I stayed back. I didn't go there because it was raining. Okay, or all the seats had been occupied since we arrived there late. Okay, so this is how we use reason and cause, because, as, that, since. So we can, okay. And then purpose, uddesha, purpose, in order that, so that, lest. Lest is so that not. So that is the meaning of lest. Okay. So purpose, in order that. She left the office early in order to be at home with her children. So that is how. So purpose, in order that, so that, lest. So these are the linkers that we use for purpose. So now let's look at some more functions and their linking words. Look at this. I have written an example here for lest so that you can understand this. It appears very rarely. We use the word or linker lest very rarely. But just for your information, look at that. As I said, the meaning of lest is so that not. Okay. So here, I close the gate lest the cat should escape, which means the cat should not escape. So that's how we use the word, linker word or linking word, lest. Look at the next function, result. So the linkers or the linking words such as so, such, consequently, in conclusion, as a result, in all, thus, finally, these are used to indicate result of an action or conclusion. Or at the end of a paragraph, you want to conclude that paragraph, then we use such kind of linkers there. And here, hence, therefore, thus. This can be interchangeable. Okay, so we can call it synonyms. So in other words, he didn't, for example, he didn't explain it properly, consequently he didn't understand that in that way. Okay, so he doesn't have enough money, therefore he is not able to buy a new house or new car. So in that way we use these linking words which indicate result or conclusion. So you have to remember all this, or finally, usually when we conclude a paragraph, we use finally, in conclusion, consequently, as a result. So consequently, as a result, all these are synonyms. You can use any of these linking words when we conclude a paragraph. The next one is concession and contrast. Again, we use contrasting linking words most of the times. So concession and contrast. What do you mean by contrast? Contrast is two different ideas. When we indicate or when we highlight or express two different opinions in a sentence, or the second sentence is completely opposite to the first one, then we call it contrast. So what are the linking words that we use for those contrasting sentences? That is but, however, although, even though. So despite the fact that, either you can use despite or despite the fact that, or in spite of, nevertheless, whereas, yet, still, otherwise. There are also many. So these are the contrasting or concession, what we call, these are contrasting and concession linking words. So now what is concession? Sentence which begins with although, even though. A sentence which begins with the words although and even though, those are called concession. Simple. So usually the structure of this concession linking word, that is although, even though or though, plus subject and then verb. So this is how we use that. Okay, remember this. So this is again very simple. Even though he worked hard, he failed in the examination. The second statement is completely different or opposite to the first one. The first one is positive, the second sentence is negative. So that is contrasting ideas. So they we use. Despite the heavy rain, we enjoyed our holiday. So again contrasting. Even though it was raining, we enjoyed our holiday. Something like that. So but, however, although, even though. So these are all used for contrasting and what we call concession. Okay. So I hope this is clear, and as I said, when you read a paragraph, this becomes very simple. We'll move to the next function. The eighth function of a linker, that is manner. So manner, as if, as though. We want to say that something looks like this. So similarity. So then we use as or as if or as though. She pretended as if nothing has happened. Something like that. So as if. Here as if and as though. You can use either as if or as though. That is very similar meaning, or we can say that synonyms. Yes, look at the next one. That is comparison. You know what comparison is? Comparing something with another thing. So comparison. As, than, not, so as. So these are the linking words that we use for comparison. Okay, see the examples that I have written here. The world's biggest bull is as big as a small elephant. So here again, this is how we use as big as. That is a comparison. The world's biggest bull is as big as a small elephant. Look at the next one. You have to unwrap it as carefully as you can. Eshtu careful aguttho ashtu careful agi. Next one, we shouldn't spend more than we earn. Again, we use than also for comparing. So we shouldn't spend more than we earn. So this is how we use as, than, not. Yes, next the last one is condition. So hypothetically, when we express something hypothetically, so we use conditions, or something is happening now or what will happen next. So there we use condition. Condition clauses are if, unless and supposing. Okay, so here unless is if not. Either you have to write unless, again you should not write not there. Okay, unless itself is if not. If you are writing if not, then you should not use unless. So if as well as unless, that should not be used simultaneously in a sentence. Either you have to write if not or unless. And then supposing, all these are synonyms again. Look at here, unless it rains, we will go for a picnic by the river tomorrow. So I have written unless, so no need of writing if not. In case I don't want to use unless, then how can I change this? I can write that we will go for a picnic by the river tomorrow if it does not rain. Look at, I hope you are able to differentiate between unless and if not. So if you are writing unless, then you should not write if not. If you are writing if not, you should not write unless. So unless, either you have to write unless it rains, we will go for a picnic by the river tomorrow, or we will go for a picnic by the river tomorrow if it does not rain. So that's how we use if and unless. Supposing, again the same meaning. If, suppose or supposing, you won the lottery, what would you do? If you erase suppose or supposing, then you can replace that with if. If you won the lottery, what would you do? So either you have to write if or unless or supposing. Do not write all the three together or simultaneously in a sentence. So these are the 10 functions and their linking words which are given in your workbook. This is enough for your examination. Try to understand this. As I said, there is no particular rule for this. So you have to understand the paragraph, and then you have to write or choose the appropriate linking words which will be given there within the bracket. Okay, so we'll discuss a paragraph. Look at this paragraph. Vandana Shiva started to save seeds from farmers' fields. And remember, the paragraphs which will appear in the examination, that will be from the lesson itself. Okay. Yes, Vandana Shiva started to save seeds from farmers' fields. She realized that a farm was needed for demonstration and training. Navadanya farm was started. Many varieties of seeds were conserved in this farm. Practice and promote biodiversity intensive form of farming. So this is very weird, right? We don't understand. This sounds meaningless since there are no linking words. So we have to combine these sentences together by using the linking words which are given there within the bracket. So now let's fill these blanks or connect these ideas with these linking words. Vandana Shiva started to save seeds from farmer's field. Dash she realized that. So now, which is the right linking word? As a result she realized? No. Thus she realized? No. In order to realized? No. It has to be then. Right? So then. Vandana Shiva started to save seeds from farmers' fields. Then she realized that a farm was needed for demonstration and training. So now, which is the linking word there? Dash Navadanya farm was started. Hagagi. So which is the right word for that? As a result? No. Thus? Yes. So it has to be thus. Thus Navadanya farm was started. Dash, many varieties of seeds were conserved in this farm. So here again, which one is the right one? As a result. So it has to be as a result. As a result, many varieties of seeds were conserved in this farm. So which is the last one? In order to practice and promote biodiversity intensive form of farming. So here it has to be as a result. As a result, many varieties of seeds were conserved in this farm in order to practice and promote biodiversity intensive form of farming. So this is all about linkers. I hope you understood this. Of course, you may find it a little difficult in the beginning. As I said, read the chapters as well as the paragraphs which are there in your workbook. So in the next class, we'll discuss the questions which are given in your workbook and also some additional questions or paragraphs related to linkers. Thank you.